He only allowed 2 hits, no runs, he only walked one batter, and he threw 76 pitches. 76 pitches, only 50 and 51 strikes out of those 76, by the way. And Trey Benton is also on the Akron Rubber Ducks. He also went an inning and got 2 strikeouts. And Bryant Packard was in that game because he plays for the Erie Seawolves, but he did not. He went 0 for in the game yesterday.
A lot of Pirates.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even done yet. So that was just that game. Then you had the Fresno Grizzlies taking on the San Jose Giants. And the Giants lost by a final of 5-3. Carson Wisenhunt pitches for San Jose. He went 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, no walks, and one Zach Agnos got the save for the Fresno Grizzlies in his first game as a professional in single-A ball. And he went 1 inning, struck out 2, so he earned the save in that game. And Connor Norby still continues to have just a monumental hitting streak. You know, he was invited to Orioles spring training, was really raking the ball out there as well. He goes back to the Norfolk Tides in AAA ball. They played the Gwinnett Braves last night, and Norfolk won 3-0. Norby went 2 for 5 in that game. So we've got a ton of Pirates, and then there's a couple of more that are on the docket for probably this weekend, and I'll keep you updated throughout the weekend. But so far, a lot of the former Pirates that are in the minors right now off to very, very good starts.
All right, awesome stuff. Great to see. I saw a lot of Gavin Williams chatter last night on social media throughout the baseball world. People excited about what he's doing, and it seems the common thought is he might be on the fast track to Major League Baseball.
I saw somebody tweet out that, enjoy Gavin Williams in AA because he will probably not be there much longer. By the way, folks, if you want to know how big he is, 6'6", 255 pounds is Gavin Williams. So, and he is dominating right now, as Shirley has mentioned. By the way, folks, right quick, Clip and Shirley, if you will wave to your respective cameras, because we are on Facebook and YouTube Live.
Woohoo! Speaking of which, you mentioned Gavin Williams. Also keep an eye, especially in the early part of the season, keep an eye on Bryant Packard. Also keep an eye on Connor Norby, because it is very likely that those 3 will wind up being in the big leagues before the season's out.
All right, welcome into our YouTube and Facebook Live audience.
Sorry.
What happened?
I put my headphones on, and my hair was sticking up pretty bad, and Chandler took a picture of it, just showed it to me.
Oh, that's cute. I like
I have a little alfalfa sprout going on in the back.
We got a great rapport here in the Pirate Radio studios. All right, if you are just tuning in, wondering what's going on with ECU baseball, they are off the field at the moment because of the rain, and it is 2-2 in the 10th inning, and likely that it ends 2-2, and a tie could be in the works for ECU baseball.
Because it doesn't look like the rain's going to stop anytime soon, and I mean that like in
days.
Like, in days, like literally days.
We've got a cold front that has stalled over North Carolina, which is what is causing all of this excessive rain that we're seeing in the forecast, and it looks like it has finally hit the brakes.
Chandler, we were talking about a tie. And found it. 2016, ECU's last tie. And let me see if I can find the game that ended in a tie. It was against Cincinnati on a Sunday, May the 1st. Be with you. 3-3 tie in 8 innings.
Tie?
Hi.
Tie?
Hi. In that game, I love looking at old box scores. Let's run down the Pirate box score that day. Parker Lamb, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Turner Brown,
baby.
Chandler Honeycutt had his bat. Got it in the equipment cell. Had an RBI. Eric Tyler had a hit. Zach Mazingo, 0 for 4 in that one.
Zach Mazingo was mentioned by me in a post game. I think we were talking about just random Pirates, and I brought him up. He had a grand slam against NC State, like in 2014-ish, maybe 2015-ish. But I brought him up. That's just a random Pirate for you.
Travis Watkins 1 for 3. Garrett Brooks 0 for 3 in the game. Dewanye Williams Sutton 1 for 3 with a run scored. Jeff Nelson played but did not have an official at bat. Bryce Harmon, who just joined us on the show earlier this week, 2 for 3 for the Pirates that day. Brady Lloyd scored a run. Kirk Morgan played, did not get an AB. And I got Charlie Jorgen with a base hit, an RBI, and a run scored. Pitchers that day, the lefty, Jacob Wolf, the former closer that transferred to NC State, Joe Engel, and local kid Sam Lanier pitched that day for ECU.
You said that was 16?
That's what I said, and I'm gonna stick by it.
Okay.
I'm sticking to it.
I remember, man, some of those guys were on this baseball team for a long time. Because I remember being like in early high school, and I was a big Garrett Brooks fan. I really liked Garrett Brooks. I thought he brought a lot of energy to the ECU baseball team.
I want to say he had a good song, and when he came up, the dugout motion to it, kind of bobbing up and down.
Right.
But I cannot remember what that was. If anybody does, please let me know.
But you can see Garrett Brooks. I've seen Garrett Brooks at several ECU athletic events, basketball, and he's out there at baseball sometimes too. So,
all right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. Pirates could be headed to a tie as they are 2-2 in the 10th inning against UCF. The rain is here. We will talk to Brian North when we return on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We're with you till 6 o'clock. And we want to hear from you. What's on your mind on this Friday? Be a part of the show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Back with more after this.
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric.
This is Mark McGlawhorn, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our number one goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted number 1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Some things just go together. That's why Bojangles and Appalachian Mountain Brewery have partnered to brew the tasty beverage we didn't know we've been waiting for. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea is perfect for entertaining, enjoying on vacation, tailgating, and any occasion when you want to bring the fun. It's always been Bo time, and now it's brew time. Pick up Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea today at your favorite local retailer. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing, supporting the Pirate Nation since 1989.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with back seat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Ron Ayers Motorsports and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Pirate Radio. And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncparks.gov. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, well, just turning on the Masters, and it looks like they had paused play, but I just saw an old gentleman with an air horn hit the air horn and fans clapping, and now I'm seeing golf shots. I guess play was suspended for a moment, but looks like they're back underway in Augusta. All right, Shirley, can we get Brian North on Pirate Radio Live line so we can check in with him here on this Friday? We'll continue to keep you updated if anything happens out at Clark LeClaire Stadium or if they do go ahead and call it. Right now, it is 2-2 in the 10th inning, and they pulled everybody off the field about 10-15 minutes ago as they were playing in the 10th because it became a downpour, and it looks pretty ugly outside the Pirate Radio studios right now, and that is probably going to stay throughout this weekend. So, don't know if we'll be able to get any more baseball in. Just about, they would have got it all in if they could have finished it in 9, but instead it goes to extra innings, and we could have our first tie for East Carolina since 2016 when the Pirates tied Cincinnati in May of 2016. All right, we head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Talk to Brian North on this Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. North, how you doing today, man?
I am going crazy, Cliff. This is the weekend that parents dread. It is the weekend when daycare and schools are out, but there is no daycare and no help anywhere on the horizon, so a 4-day weekend of dealing with your own children. And I have already been frozen to death with the music and the screaming, and then there's rain outside, so I can't throw them outside either. So, yeah, it's a wonderful day. It's a Good Friday, Cliff. It's a Good Friday.
A Good Friday indeed. The Easter Bunny coming to town to see the North girls on Sunday, and Brian is fired up for it. We can tell. Brian had a good chat with Brian Hanks. I think every chat with Brian Hanks is good because he's got such a, I don't know, positive outlook. He calls you dude. He just makes you feel good, you know. He's a good guy. But we were talking about Dontrez Styles, who was a special visitor yesterday at Clark LeClaire Stadium as Mike Schwartz and the basketball coaches were showing him around, trying to get him to join this team, this basketball team, and this university as a student, as he is in the transfer portal. And, you know, Brian Hanks has a close relationship with Dontrez. I don't think he was feeding us all smoke, and but he says there's, a real chance that he decides to maybe stay home. He says he thinks it's down to NC State and ECU. Georgetown also in the mix as well. And Ed Cooley, great personality, great recruiter. I could see him swaying him as well. But I don't know, Brian, have you talked to anybody? What kind of chance do you give the Pirates here in the Dontrez Styles sweepstakes?
Well, in this world of NIL, you never know. Like, at first I wouldn't think that ECU would be an NIL hotspot, but you talk to some people in the know, and we call it NIL, but really it's just pay to play at this point when you get boosters and clubs are getting together and finding ways to get money to players. Let's call it what it is, pay for play at this point. Legalized pay for play, by the way, until something changes. And look, all of a sudden ECU is trying to find some deeper pockets and compete when it comes to NIL, because this is what not only the players but the players' handlers, their friends, families, the go-betweens are all looking for now. And I've heard ECU has got a little bit of NIL money going on right now, and so they're trying to entice some of these players here who could make a difference for a year or two, and Dontrez Styles is one of them. I know NC State's a real player because he really likes Kevin Keats, and it's still in the ACC, and he gets to go against his Tar Heels a couple times a year and kind of get back at them. South Carolina's a player. SEC money, I'm telling you, you watch LSU when the women win their national championship, and you find out how much NIL money is going around with them, and you start to understand a little bit more about where all this is going. And so, look, if ECU wants to be a player in this deal, NIL money is going to be a part of it, and we'll see if that's a factor. It won't be the deciding factor, I don't know, but you have to be competitive on this. And just to see Dontrez at ECU was a little eye-opening for me when he's planning on making his decision this weekend.
Yeah, and I like the idea of Dontrez Styles in the purple and gold because, A, it's cool to have a Kinston player on the roster currently, but also moving forward. Try to get a little pipeline going here. And Brian Hanks talked about that yesterday, how Mike Schwartz has been very active out at Kinston, out at Farmville, out at these local schools to try to get a foot in the door, talk to these guys, and maybe there's a freshman or sophomore that he'll be heavily recruiting here soon at one of those schools. So there's that part of it. But I haven't really talked about what kind of player he is, Brian, and because I don't know. 2 points a game last year, or in 21-22, averaging about 6 minutes a game, and, just didn't play a whole lot. So we don't know. I mean, you've got your high school tapes on him. I'm sure you saw him in high school. But, what kind of player is this guy, Brian?
Well, he's a power player who has a powerful offensive game. We know he can dunk. He comes from the long list of Kinston dunkers. He's not afraid to go to the rim. But he's developed a pretty good outside game. He's a reliable three-point shooter. But what's really improved for him since he's been at Carolina, and it's the one thing that got him on the court, was his defense has really improved. He's really taken pride in that. So he's becoming an all-around player. The question is, can he be a consistent shooter from the outside when he plays a lot of minutes? That would be one of the things coming to ECU that we would find out a lot. He reminds me a whole lot of back when ECU did have the two Kinston players that they had, when they had Corey Rouse and then Jeremy Ingram transferred in. He reminds me a lot of Jeremy Ingram's game in that way, before Ingram had the knee injuries that kind of derailed him a little bit on his career. But a power player who's able to shoot it from the outside, basketball smart, likes to play defense, and just a really nice guy. And then you look at the academic side, which no one really looks at in this day and age with NIL, but academically, he's very gifted. I think he was third in his class at Kinston. And so you don't have to worry about him academically, but he's a very smart player, comes from a great family. So all the other things are there. It's just a kid who just wants to play basketball. And he went to his dream school hoping he would play and just was never given that opportunity for who knows why. I mean, I think everybody questions it, even players that were on the team, why he didn't play more. But Hubert Davis had a really short bench for the 2 years he's been the head coach. 1 year it paid off. This year it did not.
Brian North joining us on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Corey Rouse, ECU has had so few 4-year players at ECU that I still go back to Corey Rouse as one of my all-time favorites because he comes in, Brian, and he's raw and kind of has to wait his turn, has to improve, and then by his junior year, he's averaging a double-double. His senior year, 14 and 10, and was an impact player for ECU. And that's used to how it was supposed to be. You kind of pay your dues, you improve every year, and by your senior year, you're an impact starter and an all-conference type guy. And that's what Corey Rouse was. So I'll always remember him from that. And really, I don't have too many other Pirates to put in that category other than like a a Darius Morrow, a Brock Young, one of those guys that stay 4 years and improve, all those 4 years.
Yeah, Errol Bang.
Yeah, Mikolas, those guys.
Yeah, there's a few scattered here and there, but no, that's been the problem. And now I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Not a level of having someone who can produce because of NIL and transfer portal and all.
Well, Brandon Johnson and R.J. Felton are halfway there, Brian, if we can hang on to them a couple more years.
And you talked about Coach Schwartz getting out and recruiting and trying. Look, we've been talking about this on the radio for years.
Yeah.
If I were the head coach, I have guaranteed spots on my bench from somebody from Farmville, somebody from Kinston, and a couple other places. And I would guarantee kids east of 95, if you can play, you're coming here and not run them off like they've always done. And you have to go back to Corey Rouse and Jeremy Ingram the last time that actually happened. And that's what, I was talking with Cy Seymour. I got to sit down with Cy one day, and he's got his finger really close to the pulse of the program.
Yeah.
And he said that's one of the things Coach Schwartz asked, what did he need to do when he came in? And Cy said, got to start recruiting Eastern North Carolina kids. And you look at what he's got a commitment from a kid from Goldsboro. He's got somebody from up in the Rocky Mountain or Southern Nash area, somewhere around there. So he's starting to listen to some people and find some players that fit that mold. Now it's, can you do it consistently, and will it pay off, and can you get the program to pay off by doing that? So I like what he's doing so far in the limited time he's been here. It seems like he is doing what other coaches in the past had not, besides maybe Bill Harry, and even Bill, I didn't think, did it great, was go after Eastern North Carolina kids and try to keep them home.
Yeah, and I was excited to see Kentrell Barkley and Jaden Gardner, two guys kind of from the Triangle-ish area, right, Brian?
Yep.
But, somewhat Eastern North Carolina, but local kids come here and saying, okay, that could be the start of something big. It wasn't. They both transferred, which just goes to further indicate why you should never get excited about anything, folks. You only get let down. But I like to see guys like that come in here, and I hope that it can be a consistent thing, but there's nothing consistent about college athletics or sports these days. Those days might just be long gone. So
right, and that and Damian Dunn is a kid we haven't even talked about.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if Damian Dunn goes wherever Dontrez goes. Not that I know they're super close, but there could be a Kinston connection there. That I know they wouldn't mind playing with each other again, right? So not that they're a package deal, but don't be surprised if they both end up at the same place. I don't know if that'll be ECU. I think NC State, has the edge right now. But it's nice that ECU's even in the conversation with both Dunn and Styles. And Damien said this is where he wanted to go originally. So at least there's something positive there if you kind of look at it in a weird, twisted kind of way that guys do want to come play here at some point or are entertaining playing here. Now you just got to finish the deal, and then they've got to perform on the court and finish things off that way as well. Yeah,
Damien, I know if there's any sour grapes from you not being recruited hard enough to come here, you've already hit the dagger 3 buzzer beater against ECU. We'll call it even, and now you can come here and play and finish out your career.
The thing with Damien, because he played at Temple, and not like Temple's a horrible basketball place or anything, but I think he wants to go to a bigger conference to challenge himself in that way. So that'll be the one thing I think that keeps him from coming to ECU is been there, done that in that conference. He wants to try a higher level. That's just I haven't talked to him about it. That's just kind of me thinking through his brain, which he probably wouldn't want me to do. But I would think he ends up probably in the ACC because he wants that next challenge in his career. I saw.
Do you know the North Carolina player, Brian, that transferred to Hawaii?
I know of him,
yeah,
and I know he played some his freshman year and hardly played at all this year. Now he's going all the way across the country.
Dude, if I'm Hawaii, I make that this is the senior center. This is where old people come to retire, or in this case, old college seniors come to finish out their college career. You live in Hawaii. We're going to just stock up with these transfers, and we're going to put together a power basketball team full of upperclassmen who want to have fun and play basketball and enjoy their college experience. I feel like that's something you could really market if you're Hawaii, if you could tap into it somehow.
Yeah, and there's another Eastern North Carolina kid, Justin Wright, another Farmville Central kid who should have been playing at ECU, goes to Central, has a nice couple years. Now he's going to Gonzaga, or not Gonzaga, he's going to
Loyola Marymount, yeah.
Right.
L.A.
The name of Bo Kimball's going on here. Yeah, so that's another way. It's interesting where some of these guys all of a sudden just want to go somewhere like L.A. or Hawaii or something here to end their career. So it is wild, wild west. There's no rhyme or reason. And with the money, there's only so much money to go around, so it's just interesting where guys are picking and choosing to go right now while they can.
Yeah, I remember, Brian, as a kid, the Hank Gathers story and it happening and all that, and Bo Kimball, and but I was too young to kind of grasp the whole thing, and I wish and I wish I could, because I mean that's a tragic story, but the team itself, they're scoring like 130 points and then giving up like 106. Like, how in the world were those games played? I just can't wrap my brain around it. They were the only team really doing that. Was it Paul Westhead?
Paul Westhead.
Yeah.
Westhead, yeah. He was the mad scientist. He cared nothing about defense. And he was not a classically basketball-trained guy. He was like some weird professor who came up with this idea, and his high school team let him coach and try it, and the Stars started scoring like crazy, and then it worked, and all these colleges kept having him do it, and he really hit the mark when he was at Loyola Marymount, and boy, Hank Gathers, man, he could get up and down the floor, and he was an amazing guy to watch. It reminded me so much of Len Bias, not the power game, but that kind of talent that just ended so tragically early. And then Bo Kimball honoring his teammate is what he'll always be remembered for, shooting a free throw left-handed, because Gathers was left-handed. But no, Paul Westhead, he won a title with the Lakers, right? It was Magic Johnson's rookie coach, but he was in the NBA. Had a crazy style, but it wasn't crazy as that. Then he went to college and it got really nuts, and then he's had a couple of different stops. But he definitely was a interesting human being, the mad scientist type, who just wanted to score points. And
A little Leachish, maybe, for a football comparison. Could you make a Mike Leach comparison?
Took the name right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Outside of, he didn't like Pirates as much, and he wasn't as fun of an interview. Tangents to make you laugh.
Yeah.
No, Westhead was a different kind of cat now, and certainly he would wear himself out in basketball circles because he didn't do things traditionally.
They made 3 straight tournaments from 88 to 90, and here's the tournament runs. In 88, they beat Wyoming in the first round, 119 to 115. Yep. Second round, lost to North Carolina, 123 to 97. They go back to the tournament the next year, losing the first round to Arkansas, 120 to 101. And then in 90, they go on a run. They win 3 games. They scored 111 in the first game. They beat Michigan 149 to 115. I want to see that game. I want to watch that entire game. They then, man, who was the coach at Alabama? Was it like Wink or something? He used to wear those ugly jackets in 1990.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
They beat Alabama 62 to 60 to say, hey, we can play a low-scoring game. And then they lost to that great UNLV team 131 to 101. That is just insane. Because, again, no other scores are looking like this in the country, right, Brian?
No, Wimp Sanderson.
Yeah, there it is.
And here's the thing with those Loyola Marymount teams. They didn't shoot a lot of three-pointers. Like, they weren't a three-point shooting team. They just ran like crazy up and down the court.
Yeah.
And they would fast break even when in a half-court offense. Like, their half-court offense was a fast break. So it was just nuts how they would go about it. But no, it was certainly it stood out. And see, now you're taking me even further down the rabbit hole. You said Wyoming. I remember Wyoming had a player named Fennis Dembo, and so Fennis Dembo was a big NCAA tournament star one year when it came to the NCAA tournament.
Man, love those random names when it comes to tournament time. And this year, the name that stood out, at least for me watching it, Marquise Noel from Kansas State. I honestly didn't know a lot about him going into the tournament, and then the little guard put on an absolute show. But the team, of course, was UConn. How about them just making it boring, Brian, steamrolling everybody through the way to get a championship. And San Diego State cut it to 5 in the second half. That's as close as they got. And Tristan Newton, Sonogo, and really a great team that Dan Hurley assembled, cutting down the nets on Monday night.
So that's not going to help you if you're an East Carolina basketball.
No.
2 players around. When you build a player up, has a nice career, 1,000 points, 3 years as a starter, and then goes and finishes off his career with a national championship because you've groomed to help make this player, and then you get cherry-picked to go win a national championship. So that's not a good look for the little guys who are trying to get there, and it's a bad look, unfortunately, when you have a Final Four, when you get 3 out of 4 who have never been there before, and the one blue blood just steamrolls everybody. And they did it the whole tournament. It wasn't just the 3 newbies in the Final Four, but that's what people will remember, and that's what the elitists will hang their hat on. And see, you can't compete with the blue bloods, and even though UConn just came out of the AAC and it was in the Big East for 1 or 2 years, but interesting. I hate how it ended because you know me. I love my smaller schools and the opportunity for everybody to get a chance. And when you get a Final Four with 3 out of the 4 there for the first time, but the one big name goes on and win it, it kind of stinks because it doesn't help your cause when you want to have more of these Cinderella stories.
Yeah, FAU was fun, Brian, but it's not going to be as fun when they're in Minges Coliseum as like a top 25 team next year. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch, but maybe not the result. We won't, because and that is you have to say this with everything these days, obviously, but if May stays there, they had one of the youngest teams in the tournament, so they can bring back everybody if everybody chooses to come back. And if they can sign Dusty May to a long-term contract or to any kind of contract to keep him there, that could be huge for FAU. They'll be a preseason top 25 team next year.
Boca Raton's not a bad place to live, especially during the winter when basketball season's going on. It's a matter of can they get the fan base to be passionate,
right?
And they get NIL money because now these guys are been in the spotlight. People are going to start going after them and trying to cherry pick them. This is what's happening now. People are looking around and seeing what teams have good players, and then the handlers and the player agents or whatever they're called now are going to go after and get these kids' ears and saying you can do this here and there. And so the SEC is going to be the big cherry picker. They've always led the way in having money available for people, and I think we're kind of seeing that, but it's happening all over the country, and it's just going to be interesting to see kids. Temptation is the hardest thing to deal with in life, no matter how old or young you are and how much money you have or don't have. But temptation is the hardest thing to deal with, and when somebody tells you you can have more over here and life is going to be better over here, can you have the common sense to do what's best for you in the long run? And it may be. For Tristan Newton, I think it was a good move to go to UConn. I think he enhanced his career, but that doesn't happen for everybody. So you have to look at it and say, what is the best move for me personally? And can you resist temptation if that is the best move for you?
Brian North joining us. Update for those of you checking in, not sure what's going on at Clark LeClaire. 31 minutes ago, the tarp came out. They went into a rain delay. That's the last official update from the main ECU baseball Twitter account. As I look outside, I still see some rain coming down. So could Brian end up with our first baseball tie since 2016 if they're unable to get back underway out there, tied at 2 in the top of the 10th inning?
You know what makes me mad about ties is when I'm doing TV stuff and you try to put a team's record in and you just like the wins and losses. Like hockey records drive me crazy, especially now with
overtime win, or you get a point to go to overtime and lose. Yeah,
and I just want wins and losses. So then when you get into baseball, it's not supposed to have ties, and now I got to put this tie in when I'm putting in the record into a graphic or something. That's just that's just a first world TV problem, but that's just what I think of. I'm like, now I got to put this -1 in for the rest of the year when I'm putting their record in. That's why I hate it.
It's very annoying. It's annoying too, just to look at when you're looking at standings and you're like, so are we above this team, below? Where are we? That one little one at the end just makes everything confusing. But all right, what are the? We had Eric on YouTube earlier, and we'll talk about this. Said Cadbury eggs or Peeps? Which one is superior in the Easter basket?
Oh, Cadbury eggs, man. Peeps should just be banned for life. Those things are just. I did Brian Hanks tell you we were at a big old cooking contest last week, big old True Smoke barbecue contest last week. And long story short, they had to put secret ingredients. They had 1 hour to put secret ingredients into their mix, and one of the ingredients was Peeps last week. They had to put Peeps into their presentation.
Oh. So it was like that show on Food Network where you get a mystery deal. So
they had Heisty fruit drink and some jalapeno sausage and some kind of cheese. And they had to mix these all in with some other stuff. But that's where Peeps came in. I saw some interesting things done with Peeps, but I have no use for those things.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either one. But hopefully your girls have a fantastic Easter, Brian, and appreciate you joining us on the show today. And try to survive the weekend, man.
So I'm taking them to the grocery store now. This is what I do to keep our sanity and let my wife get some work done. The grocery store has become our entertainment world. This is so bad.
North, enjoyed it, man.
All right, see you, Clipper.
There he is, Brian North, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. When we return, we'll wrap up hour 1, and we'll talk Easter candy. We'll go around the room, our favorites, least favorites. How about you? What do you want in your basket? What do you hope is not in your Easter basket? We'll talk about that as we wrap up hour number 1, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Friday, a rainy Friday, a cold Friday. Back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings, featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you've just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles' juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Radio, Pirate Radio. Pirate. Pirate. Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that uses fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy dollar oysters Tuesday through Thursday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out daphousenc.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Free Beer Friday. Got something fun for you today. The Bud Light Seltzer Apple Slices. We'll have a 12-pack of those. How about 4 Bojangles Hard Sweet Teas for you? And we'll throw in a little lunch for 2 to tiebreakers as well. So a great giveaway on this Friday. We'll do that in hour 3 of today's show. Question from Eric earlier on YouTube. And can we get a few likes, folks? Can we bump those likes on YouTube and Facebook on a rainy Friday? It will really brighten my spirits and brighten yours. It's better to give than receive. Eric brought up Cadbury eggs or Peeps. Which one is the superior Easter basket treat? He also added, I think, Cadbury eggs, poo-poo on Peeps all day long. He said honorable mention to Robin eggs. Okay. So I'm not a Cadbury guy or a Peeps guy. I'm not a Robin eggs guy, but I have had those before. If you're giving me the option between those, I guess I'll just go Robin eggs. But in my Easter basket, I just want the classics. I want bite-sized Snickers. I want peanut M&Ms. I want Jolly Ranchers. I don't want a giant chocolate bunny in my basket. Take that bunny outside
and let it hop on out again.
And, well, I was going to say Old Yeller it, but yeah, let it hop on out. Yeah, it'd be better if it could hop on out. I don't want any of the specialized Easter candy. By the way, jelly beans are only around during Easter.
So get them now, folks.
According to Jonathan Ellerby, one of the worst takes I've heard from anyone ever on any subject. So for me, leave out all the specific Easter treats and just give me the classics. Chandler, what do you want in your Easter basket?
Starburst jelly beans.
Okay. I feel like Lily would be a fan of those. Good call. Shirley?
Definitely Robin eggs, because those are my favorite. I do also agree with the Starburst jelly beans. I do, believe it or not, I do like the licorice jelly beans.
Yeah, you're a licorice fan.
I am a fan of licorice, and so if they're available, although they're getting harder and harder to find, where you have just the bag of just the black jelly beans, the licorice jelly beans, but I'd like those in there. Maybe throw in like those, not the big chocolate bunnies, but the little tiny ones, but make them kind of like a Nestle Crunch type chocolate.
I can go for that.
Yeah.
I think Hall & Oates might have said that.
Yes, Hall & Oates did say
I
that.
like a Nestle Crunch. I just don't like those big chocolate bunnies. So the Cadbury eggs, do those have something inside of them?
Yes, it's kind of got like a cream in it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've...
Now, if I had to choose between a Cadbury egg and a Peep, I'm going to go Cadbury egg. I'm kind of like you. I'm not, a fan, like a big fan of. I'm definitely not a fan of a Peep. I don't like Peeps because they're marshmallow, and I don't like marshmallows.
I don't like the consistency really of either one of them. I don't mind something inside of something. Like Lily's a big Gusher fan. So you bite into something and there's something inside of it.
Yeah,
Some people just don't like the idea of that at all. I'm not totally opposed to that, but Cadbury egg, Peep, they're both not aesthetically pleasing to bite into,
And if it's going to be a Cadbury egg, it's got to be cold. Because once again, it's got, you've got the chocolate outer shell, and I don't like chocolate at room temperature. So it has to be cold.
Those things can melt,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
just-
can get really ugly. Jack Dover is a big Starburst jelly bean guy. Chandler, next time you see a person that you think is Jack Dover, but it's actually another person at a baseball game, you can bring that up to that person.
And I like the ones that are they call it the reds. I'm not a big fan of the cherry ones, but like the watermelon, the strawberry Starburst flavored jelly beans. If you can find me a bag of those, I'll eat those all day long.
All right, we got interesting stuff here from Austin.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a break.
Is this the one that almost got divorced?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a grievance, and I hate people that just complain and don't have any solution. He has a complaint and a solution, but we're going to have to run it by somebody here. So let's take a break. Tony Dunn will join us. I will bring up Austin's grievances, and we'll have a robust discussion about that when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Free Beer Friday, an Easter Friday, a Good Friday, a rainy Friday. Back with you after this.
Pirate Fest, presented by Optimum, offers a full day of piratical tomfoolery. This free event includes 75 vendors, food trucks, art demos, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Saturday, April 15th from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. for live pirate reenactments, great food, and so much more. Finish off the day with a concert on the town common from country music artists Maddie and Tay. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com. It's going to be awesome.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofascial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Baseball is back in Birdland. Join in on the fun for Nickelodeon Kids opening day at Oriole Park on April 9th at 1:35 versus the Yankees. The first 10,000 fans 14 and under will receive an Oriole Bird Nickelodeon bobblehead presented by Wise Markets. Plus, stick around after the game when all fans ages 4 to 14 can run the bases. Also presented by Wise Markets. For even more fun and games, check out Kids Corner. Purchase your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Just saw that Greenhalgh Police Athletic League is hosting a football camp this Saturday. If you have a child between ages of 5 and 13 who might want to play this upcoming season or interested in coaching, contact Sergeant Williams or Lieutenant Garner. This sounds like a sting operation. It reminded me of the Washington Redskins thing where they told all the they had warrants out for criminals. Have you seen this?
No.
And they told them all that they won free tickets to like a Redskins Vikings game.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they I'll turn you up a little bit.
Thank you.
That good? That better?
Thank you.
All right. So all these criminals showed up to get their free tickets. They had they had like female cops dressed as like they were not dressed in their cops gear, I'll say that. And we're like celebrating them and everybody was going crazy. And they got them all in the building and we're like, all right, you're all under arrest this way.
I don't know how I feel about that. In some ways,
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I do. I mean, those are the risks you take when you're on the lam.
Everything's too good to be. Yeah, exactly. Like, I haven't been out of the house in 3 years, and I've not gone to jail. But
I got free tickets to the Commander,
and that was back when Washington was good. Like, if you did it now, nobody would show up, and you wouldn't catch anybody. But this was in the '80s when they were good. And by the way, I am joking. This is a legit thing, not a sting. It just reminded me of that. So,
The reason I say I don't really know how I feel about it is because in that case, those people all were actual criminals in the moment.
Yeah.
There are some instances where they like leave the keys in a car of a Ferrari and in the middle of an area where people would like some additional funds. Or one I see on the internet a lot is they put a fake deer out on the side of the road, and it's a sting to see if the guys, because if you shoot, like the hunters shoot while they're standing on the road, it's a crime. But if they step off into the grass, it's not a crime. And then I'm like, gosh, I feel like you're really trying to get us.
yeah,
Trying to
like,
get you.
You got better things to do, like go after people that have actually committed a crime.
Right.
But this one was funny and very successful. There's a 30 for 30 short on it, Tony. If you're bored, check that out.
I'm ready for it.
All right. So where'd Shirley go? All right, we'll see her in a moment.
Let's wing it until then.
Well, no, we have to stop the show.
We have to stop the show.
Yeah, sit in
Why
silence.
didn't nobody say money in the Easter basket?
Well, that's always good. I remember as a kid, if I was good and cutting grass like I was supposed to and doing things like that, I would get the newest MLB video game around Easter. It's baseball season.
Dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so I always look forward to that.
My favorite thing is, and I was in New York last week when seeing a bunch of family clip, and when I was a kid, this was so meaningful to me. When I left my grandparents' house, every time my grandma go, Tony, give him a buck. Give him a buck. And they would just give me $1 or $2. It was like the smallest little thing. But if you're a grandparent out there, give them a buck, Tony.
Yeah. That's
like every time you see them, $1.
It goes a long way.
Boy, it can buy your loyalty for the rest of your life. I will ride and die for my grandma. Grandma Ann, love you.
We'll talk Easter candy with Tony in a moment. Shirley, all right. I want you to go into this with an open mind, okay? Sometimes you take things very personal.
Oh, so this grievance has to do with me then?
Not necessarily. It's bigger than you. But I don't want you to just completely write it off. I want you to listen and have an open mind. That's all I'm asking. All right.
I will listen. I can't necessarily say
There
I'll
we
have
go.
an open mind.
We're already on the bad start. All right.
Welcome to my life.
Austin says, I have a proposition. As a member of Chandler's generation, I am grossly offended by the ageism that is clearly apparent in Name That Sound. He said, with that said, I think it would only be fair if someone who is a member of Chandler's generation come up with the sounds for the next game. I will volunteer my time to come up with the sound bites to establish a clean and fair game.
I have listened to your grievance.
Thank you
Austin.
for listening. Thank you, Shirley.
However,
Oh, man. You should accept help. When someone wants to take
First
some
of
work
all-
off your plate, let them.
first of all, I would like to address the ageism.
Oh, boy.
Granted, I do go back into time and pick things from my generation. I don't discount that. However, I do pick things from Chandler's generation. I have picked things from Chandler's generation, and Chandler still can't get it right. So therefore, there is no ageism because it doesn't matter what decade it's in, Chandler can't get it right. I love you, Chan.
This has turned into a Chandler roast.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I have not once said
Just taking
this
strays.
is skewed or anything.
No, Chandler. When I say that you can't get it right, I am talking about the games that we have played up until this point. You have not won a single game. I'm not. Yes, and I'm just pointing that out. I am not trying.
All right, we got that. We
Yeah,
got it.
I'm not trying to
Okay,
destroy you.
we got
but
it.
what I'm saying is, I am not just going back into the past.
All right. Austin says, if you were by chance to allow this to happen, he said, and if Chandler loses that game, he will forever be a loser, and I'll never have a grievance again.
2 all or nothing, folks. 2 all or nothing. And for someone who isn't ageist, who all music died after 2001, no movie reference can happen to a movie that was made after 1999. It's built into our DNA to love our eras. And Chandler is a baby. He's a child. He's so well-spoken. He's so smart. He's such a great part of the show.
Who are you talking about?
Chandler.
Honeycutt?
Yes, he's a great part. We forget that he is what we forget how we were when we were that age.
Chandler is an old soul, though. He watches
He is.
Golden Girls and the Andy Griffith Show, for crying out loud.
Hey.
Which is my point.
Chandler, it is awkward to talk about you as if you're not here and you're sitting right there. We need some headphones.
Give him a buck, Tony.
You know those game shows where they put you in a soundproof booth while the other person
Where they have to answer the questions about him?
We need Chandler.
He's
we need
in
a
tears
booth.
laughing over here.
He's a masochist.
But the thing is that if
Hey, Shirley,
He
maybe
watches the Golden Girls and the Andy Griffith.
maybe if we spell words like you do when the kid's in the car, he won't know what we're saying.
Okay,
Should we change the GAME?
No.
N-O.
He's a LOSER.
And I'm over there like,
Honey, we made a LOSER.
Jack said, me and all the people who look like me support Chandler. So that's nice. Jack Dover and all the Jack Dover doppelgangers. What? That's not a race joke, Tony.
It
That
wasn't
is-
a race joke. It was a name joke.
Jack Dover? Oh, God. What is wrong with y'all? Shirley, you too?
Hey, thank you. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, we laughed and laughed the other week about the Florida legislature.
Which was still
I like
hilarious.
watch it when I'm down.
Kevin said, is the game canceled? Hey, Kevin, we're taking care of serious business here. Who cares about a baseball game? I don't know. I'll check.
If it is, you got Jack Dover.
As of last check, it had not been canceled, but I will.
Patrick Mason
what do
just
we got? What do we
tweeted
got?
out
What do we got?
4:30 p.m. start time is what
Oh!
Patrick Mason is tweeting out.
Game on!
There you go. Patrick Mason flexing his muscles and giving us the info.
All right, there you go, Kevin. Thank you for asking. We got an update for you. 4:30. Coming back. Tony, name that sound. Car. Game on. Game on.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Correct.
I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, that's...
When they're playing hockey in the street.
Yep.
What am I going to do with a gun rack?
We talked about this earlier today with Ryan from Wings Over Greenville.
That is funny.
I said, do you remember when Wayne's girlfriend got him a gun rack and he then went into the entire dialogue?
Nor do I have several guns to
necessitate an entire rack. What am I going to do with a gun rack?
He said something about like we broke up months ago.
Yeah, get the net. And then we have to argue over what the net is. Is it the internet or some crazy net? Which I think is the internet because that was starting to come out there. But there's lots of arguments on the internet about that. My favorite.
Oh, hold on. So he
said we broke up. Get the net. And some people say it's the crazy net that you catch them with. I think it's like get in the loop. Get the internet.
I think that's too early for
that. That's what most people say.
Yeah.
I like the part where he's like, I thought I had mono for a year. Turns out I was just really bored. Like, that's how I feel all the time. I'm like, man, am I old or do I have mono?
Jack Dover wants to know, Tony, if you've met his sister. Her name is Eileen.
Or his brother, Ben.
Yeah.
Yo.
Eric said Mad Dog Mason is probably going to just intimidate the rain away. Patrick Mason is standing shirt off on the mound
like this,
telling the rain to go away.
Go away.
Austin says, so I guess that's a no to my proposition. I'm left with no choice but to boycott Name That Sound from this point forward.
Feel free.
You should just take that help on the work. It would, it would save you like 45 minutes.
I think it'd be fun for 1 week.
And you wouldn't have to do the actual work.
But this is Shirley's game.
Okay.
And it's her call. And only hers.
Okay, so also in my defense, I will have you know that this week's episode of Name That Sound, the sounds were not chosen by me. They were chosen by intern Carson, who's younger than Chandler.
That we just played?
Yes.
But I wasn't in that game, though.
Correct. But what I'm saying is that if I'm being accused of ageism because I'm picking things that are from my past.
You just had a guy that was even younger than you.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of us getting defensive here, what we should do is say, hey, we've already got a plan to eliminate bias in this game because Carson is doing it. Austin, give the game one more chance.
Yeah, there you go,
And then
Tony.
we'll take your sounds because, hey, that'll save. Take an hour off next week, Shirley. On me.
How about
on
this,
Austin.
Shirley? Shirley, moving forward, and you already know this, and you already try to do it, but moving forward, you will keep ageism in mind when you make the sounds.
No, don't.
Don't mention ages.
No,
just don't mention
that.
ages.
Just say no to that.
Shirley does not bend.
See, first of all.
She does not bend over.
First of all, no, I don't want a long list.
Does my name sound like bend over? No.
Okay. Here's my thing. I try to pick things that are not only from my generation, but your generation and Chandler's generation.
I know.
I try to make it even because it's got to be something that you're familiar with, something that Chandler's familiar with. Y'all still can't get it right. It's not me.
Well,
it's not me picking the sounds.
Gets them right.
Not yesterday.
No.
But what I'm saying
I
is
took a L.
this week I actually, because it just so happened that this week I had a lot of work to do, so I asked Carson to do this for me. So you can't even blame me for ageism when Carson's the one that picked out the sounds. All I did was just follow his list.
All right, Austin, we tried. The game goes on. Kevin is bringing all the positive news to the show. He says a tree just fell on some people at the Masters. Not good.
What?
Tony.
Before y'all chuckle, let's see if anybody's like a legit tree.
Well, I was chuckling
like a
at
tree
the good
branch.
news you said. You're the one that made the first joke. I just laughed at it.
Oh, sorry. I will check on Twitter to see if we have any. If a tree falls on Tiger
player
Woods,
in the Masters, does it make a sound? No, because someone held up a sign that said quiet.
man, we were quick on those jokes. You kind of stepped on my Tiger Wood tree falling to Tiger Woods.
While you're
Just
doing
stepped on that joke.
when you have a chance, clip.
Yeah.
While we're trying to to validate that statement. Travis Kelce threw out the first pitch.
Okay.
And it is ridiculously bad.
I don't understand how. First of all, really. All right, I'm watching it now. Oh my God, spiked it. Wait, was that a joke? Was he like? Oh, I thought he was like trying to cover home plate afterward. Look at his pitch. He just. Oh, sorry. Spiked it.
You know what
into
that
the ground.
is? That you don't know the mound drop off. You know what I'm saying?
He's
It's
not
like-
on a mound.
He's not on the mound. He's standing in front of
the
it.
mound.
Oh. He thought he was on a mound. He was preparing for it.
I don't understand how any human, but much less an athlete, can screw up these first pitches so bad. I get the nerves factor and everything, but like everybody can play catch, right?
I mean, just loop it.
Yeah.
Just loop it.
Yeah, that's his problem too. He's trying to throw a gasser in there and
Yeah.
be cool, and instead he just Gronk spiked it into the ground.
I actually could not throw a baseball worth a turd one time because I helped out with my brother's Little League team, and I was throwing batting practice, nailed a kid. After that, had the yips the rest of my baseball career.
What about a story?
Cool, neat story.
Speaking of the Masters, we got the guy with the air horn back on the course, and it looks like they are pausing play again. So a lot of standing around going on. We'll look into that tree incident. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We are going to talk some football at some point, but when we return, y'all are going to guess the most popular Easter candies according to Instacart. We're going to do that when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Talk Panthers, talk draft. Last week we looked at the 2013 draft where you guys picked Star Latulele, and I said, would you rather have him or the guys that went after him? Today we're going all the way back to 2003, where the Panthers made another good first-round pick, Tony Dunn. 8th overall.
I don't even remember.
Jordan Gross was the pick. It's going to be tough for you to take somebody over him, I would assume, but I'll run over those names. Some good names, some Hall of Famers in that 2003 draft 20 years ago. We'll do that and more when we return after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric. This is Mark McGlawhorn, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Josh Moylan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have lunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. For the latest information, check Christie's out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or Christie'sEuropub.com. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint today at Christie's Europub. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, courtesy of Redbeard, they sent us the video, and when the Kevin, I believe it was, on YouTube said a tree fell.
He was not.
It was a tree, a big tree. Have you seen the video?
No, I hadn't seen the video.
Well, he sent it to Pirate Radio too, so you can check it out real quick.
Oh my goodness!
Can't really see who's under that
everybody's
tree.
okay. Well,
that is a tree. That is a tree.
That is a tree.
How does that even happen?
That's a tree.
That's crazy, man.
That is. Rollins? Did Tree Rollins go to the Masters and fall on somebody?
So we're not doing jokes right now. We're waiting to see who's if everybody's okay.
He doesn't have his headphones on. He can't hear.
Chandler's doing Jackie Gleason over there, roasting the guy that got hit by a tree.
That's nothing.
Chandler shrugs it off.
Bumps and bruises.
T's and P's. T's and P's.
Oh gosh,
man!
Happy Easter, folks.
Goodness gracious! All right, so yeah, hopefully you missed everybody. We'll see. All right, real quick, Tony, Shirley, Chandler, do you think you can name the most popular Easter candy according to Instacart in 2022?
Yeah, Reese's.
All right, Reese's what?
The egg.
Eggs.
That is number 1. Reese's peanut butter egg is number 1.
Peeps.
The worst. Man, what could be worse than a Peep is maybe a candy corn.
Well, you'll be happy to know Peeps. Oh, never mind. Peeps is number 8. I thought it was going to be off the list.
You know, there's some candies that were cool 100 years ago that just need to let
Whatever
go.
happened to a good old Werther's original? Chandler, your favorite Easter candy is?
Starburst jelly beans.
Number 3 on the list, my friend.
Good one.
Shirley, you got a guess? We've talked about some of them.
The marshmallow cream eggs.
Yep, that's it.
The marshmallow
starts with a
Cadbury. But
there you go.
I was thinking but
well,
no,
Cadbury cream egg is number 5.
Yeah, but there's another one. It's like a marshmallowy with a candy shell. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't stand them. I think they're nasty. But they tend to be in every doggone Easter basket I remember as a kid.
What about just the straight chocolate bunny?
Lindt Hollow Milk Chocolate Bunny is number 4.
Yeah, that's the one when you get as a kid that you're like, I'm gonna eat this bunny over the next 8 weeks.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah, some of them are like life size.
Terrible.
Not
chocolate.
even life size of bunnies, like human life size, like a 6
They're
foot.
not
bunny.
even. It's not good chocolate usually.
Yeah. So what is Kinder chocolate candy egg is number 2.
Oh, a Kinder egg.
Kinder, okay.
Is that the hollow egg?
Yeah, it's
too?
the hollow egg
Yeah.
that sometimes
I
has a
split
toy.
one with my daughter the other night.
Yeah.
Hershey's milk chocolate eggs is number 6. Hershey's
I don't
Kisses.
even know if I've had that.
Is number
They look
7.
like little footballs.
Yeah. M&M's Easter candies. That just sounds like M&M's with the package on it.
Pastels.
And then,
yeah,
It's the pastel colors.
Brock's Jellybird eggs comes in at number 10.
Yeah, the traditional jelly beans.
So there you go.
Huh.
Most popular in our state, Reese's peanut butter eggs coming in at number 1. Chandler, you're a Midwest guy. That's where they love their Starburst Easter jelly beans.
Robin eggs is not even on the list.
What happened to the good old candied cigarettes?
Oh, I miss those.
That's what we grew up with, folks.
Yeah.
It was like cool. It's like, hey, kid, practice smoking.
Whatever happened to good old Tops baseball gum?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember there used to be a drink that it was called like Mystic, I believe it was called.
I don't know that one.
But it was like a fruit drink, but it came in the shape of
a
like
beer.
a wine cooler. So people would often mistake me for drinking a wine cooler when I was a kid because the Mystic bottle was the same shape.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen those before.
Yeah, it's like a fruit drink. It was non-alcoholic, but the bottle made it look like it
You know,
was.
Method Man had a song. Maybe it was Method Man. Where he said, "Wash it down with the Mystic." And
that's what he's talking about.
I never knew the reference. I've been seeing a lot of "I'm This Old" on social media, Tony, and they'll show a bottle of Fruitopia.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Mine was. Do you remember the water? Gosh,
Clearly Canadian.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
blackberry, black cherry, black
Love
cherry.
some Clearly
Yeah.
Canadian. I felt like I was like classy drinking that as a 4th grader. Like I'm paying for this expensive
What
water.
about Sunny Delight too? Was another aged one.
Gotta
yeah,
tell
Sunny
you,
D.
How did they trick us into drinking fake orange juice? Like, why didn't we just drink regular orange juice?
I didn't like Sunny D.
It's not that great.
Sunny
No.
D is only good if you mix it with something else.
Yeah.
No.
We used to have Kelly Parker, Metcalf, and Bobby Lewis. We would, I guess it was like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. Me and Metcalf would try to chug a Sunny D while everybody else tried to make us laugh. So like the whole goal was to it was just a fun time of 4th grade.
Redbeard just
This
sent
is
a link.
pre-social media, so we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I want to see Sunny D come out your nostrils.
Redbeard sent a link. You can buy Victory Candy cigarettes on Amazon if
Wow.
you're interested. So thank you for that, Redbeard.
It's like, are they taxed? Like in the
They are now $12.95 for a pack. Good stuff. All right. Well,
it is hot.
Oh,
in
do you
here, dude.
remember? Do you remember the bubblegum cigars?
Oh, I don't know if I remember.
I don't
that.
think so.
They came in.
Big League Chew.
No.
do remember that.
They were shaped like
Cigars.
but
yeah.
it was actually bubblegum.
Big
We
League
used
Chew
to have
was
some
great.
weird things.
Bubble tape?
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
fun.
bubble tape
yeah.
was fun. I always enjoyed bubble tape.
Sour straws. They still got them though.
Yeah.
Man, you go to like the park if you didn't have a baseball game, but you're out there with your friends and you get some sour straw, some sour power.
Drinking your drink through them.
Use it as a straw.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we doing? Why are we talking about this?
Because we are. I'm 41 and I miss my childhood.
Good answer. All right, Tony, what's going on this week in the world of the Carolina Panthers?
The same.
Don't mention Cam Newton.
Why?
We don't need to talk. It's a non-story.
You have to talk about them, but no, I mean, really, we signed, I think, Eric Rowe, former cornerback from.
Isn't he the Dirty Jobs guy? It's micro.
Did I get the?
I think it's micro. I believe.
Thank God I didn't do it.
Air
That would
pressure.
have. I should have done that. On brand for me.
Who did you ask the other night?
It was Eddie Murray. And
I said, Shirley, I said, Tony has a.
It's not a stick, folks. It's not a stick.
Yeah, he just gets people's names wrong. Yeah. And we were talking about the Dale Murphy event.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, didn't Dale Murphy play for the Orioles? And I said, not a day in his life. And he said, well, who am I thinking of? Murray. Eddie Murray. Who is
Turns out Dale Murphy is white.
A black gentleman. Now, Eddie Murray.
So you had your own Fred McGriff moment.
Somewhat, yeah.
I do this all the time.
Eddie Murray is a Hall of Famer. Dale Murphy is like right outside the door. So very similar, but not so similar. Anyway,
Your Dale Murphy wishes he could be my Eddie Murray.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. All right. Anyway. Eric Rowe.
Let's see. Eric Rowe. He's known for talking junk to offensive linemen, and almost fighting them, which is kind of cool because he's he's a little guy. What else is going on with the Panthers, Chandler? Anything? Oh, I saw Matt Corral is throwing.
Okay.
Has everybody given up on him?
Yes. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
That's not fair.
It's kind of one of those things you hope that maybe he'll find.
Why have people giving up on him?
Because we're going to pick number 1.
But you need a backup. Oh, you got Red Rifle.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately, about the league, because the rosters are so small, is because that, it's sometimes it's timing and opportunity more so than just fair competition.
Matt Corral was my guy going into the draft that I wanted. Y'all cut him. We pick him up. We end up with Howe and Corral. Howe Corral. And I'll be...
Cam Newton wants to back up Sam Howe.
I heard he did. He's on his list.
On his list.
His list of 10.
I guess really when it comes to, let's see, what's going on with the Carolina Panthers.
We just signed a guy from the Dolphins.
Thank you, Chandler.
I hadn't heard.
Been talking about it.
Look, if I mix names up, and that's mine.
Is everybody doing their bit today?
Yeah.
Yours is getting names wrong.
It's bit day.
Yours is doing that. What is mine? Just looking like a
being unhappy.
Jackass of being unhappy. I'm happy, Tony. Don't I look happy? I'm having a great time.
I don't know how to recover right now. Let's see what is going on. Oh, the Panthers had this is the time of year where every little story is turned into a giant story.
Yeah.
So news was breaking. This is where you get multiple sources have told me that the Panthers are unveiling a new uniform and maybe dropping silver from it. And then the Panthers come out and say, it's not a redesign. Nike has just changed, got a better blue that relates to our old blue, process blue. And so what we have is 9,000, we were part of this, 9,000 stories about the Panthers shade change.
You know what annoys me that shouldn't is when I see people.
This is on brand too.
Make up the new uniform mocks and put them out on social media, and they're the ugliest things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, be careful what you wish for, folks.
God,
they are bad. A lot of them are bad.
Very bad.
A lot of them are bad.
Yeah. What is the ideal Panther jersey to you guys? What color do you want most prominently featured on your jersey?
Black.
Yeah.
Black on black on black.
The Panther is black.
I have a really great Panthers hat that has.
I think it is time to ditch the silver. Sorry to interrupt. Or is that part of you?
No, I don't mind the silver being part
Black
of.
and silver pants.
It just doesn't have to be ever. Yeah.
The helmet is your helmet is silver, right?
Well, we did introduce the black one
you
last year.
got a black one, yeah. Have you ever gone white or blue? Would that be too much?
We've had a blue helmet.
Helmet?
Yeah, we've had a blue helmet. Right?
No.
No? Never had a blue helmet?
And
Just
those
that blue jersey?
unis,
Okay.
yeah.
We've had all blue uniforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the time where we should be able to have multiple helmets in the NFL.
Well, we can now, but only 2. It's weird that we couldn't before. It's a dumb.
And why only 2?
Yeah. All right.
Why can't you have military appreciation helmet or something?
I don't.
Like a baseball? Why? Everybody loves the ECU hat. The camo hat.
I'm not a big camo.
Me, I don't like it, but why? What is the real harm in doing it?
They don't have enough money, Tony. They can't produce all those helmets. They're broke.
I mean, these billionaires really struggling out there. Inflation's high. Them helmets went up.
I mean, Washington, the most crap franchise in all of sports, is going for $6 billion.
And he hasn't put $1 into it, basically. It's just like, let it crumble.
Exactly. Yeah, just go to the stadium and check it out.
I saw that the Yankees were only measured at $9 billion. I was like, that can't be right.
Only 9.
I can't believe that, though. It seems like Yankees is like the most iconic brand in any of all of sports. Like what? I mean, maybe it'd be like the Yankees, the Lakers. Like, where is a team that is iconic of the sport more so than the Yankees?
No, good question.
I mean, the Dodgers, possibly.
Have y'all I'd like for you to introduce this to your podcast if you haven't, because you have hundreds of diehard Panthers fans like yourself. Eric says silver has to stay. Like, if you bring it up as a topic, I wonder how loyal people are to silver that are Panthers
Some
fans.
people are talking about switching from silver to white, which I think is a terrible idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I like the silver. I don't mind it. It's just like how you implement it.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, is I have a great Panthers hat, and what it does is it has just the Panthers' eyes and whiskers in blue, and there's no outline, but you still can see, ultimately, like your brain understands it's a Panthers face just by that. So I think that would be some cool things to do with these helmets, is to like minimalist, you know, instead of trying to make them overkill, just really embrace that contrast between the blue and the black. But hey, this is this is your time to go get your jerseys from the team store. They're all on sale because they're the old blue. And here, I'll pull it up for you
As you do, I will tell you that we have entered the bottom of the 10th at Clark LeClaire Stadium. So Landon Ginn pitches the 10th, gets out of the 10th, and now ECU will bat 2-2, bottom 10, as they try to close out this series and wrap up this game before more rain enters the area. Current blue, processed blue.
So that's the change. The one on the right,
a little darker.
The new change.
Is that legit, or is that somebody just saying
that? No, Nike has just gotten a new cut. But like, it's like you could, without it being compared to the other one, you wouldn't be able to decipher it, really.
Yeah.
It's like such a small. But hey, what else are we supposed to talk about?
All right, let's go back in time. We'll do that and talk about the 2003 draft, and we'll mention the names that could have been Panthers other than Jordan Gross. Would you take any of these guys over Jordan Gross? We'll talk about that and more when we return. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Riley Johnson just got hit in the back, and he celebrates as he jogs down to first. Pirates have one on, nobody out in the bottom of the 10th on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Dubuck. More to go, PRL, after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with backseat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Ron Ayers Motorsports and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today. On approved credit, see dealer for details.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful, just in time for vacation and Easter. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Zero means zero at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Zero minimum purchase, zero interest, zero sales tax. Today at Bostic Sugg, zero gets you everything. Beautiful sofas, sectional tables and motion furniture, dining sets and bedrooms. Then get a discount equal to double the sales tax or 72 months zero interest with zero minimum purchase. Plus, sleep better on a new Restonic or Serta mattress with a power base. Zero means zero, but there's zero time to waste. So hurry to Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winter.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your phone or visiting pr927fm.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
We're talking hat fashion here on the show.
I was wondering why you were pointing to your forehead.
We're experts at it too, though.
Chad just sent a link and or pictures. Have you bought the NFL Draft Day hats yet? Shirley, trivia question. What was Kevin McAllister's brother's name on Home Alone? Was it like
Butch?
Biff? Buzz?
Buzz.
But I responded to Chad, they are uglier than Kevin McAllister's brother's girlfriend.
We're split on this show because I like them.
Tony likes them. I do not.
I like the dark one for the Carolina Panthers rather than the light-colored one. For me, the question is, Clip doesn't like the things on top of things. I'm kind of undecided if I like that knit textured look to the letters.
Josh Thomas burning a heater in the jungle in the outfield, caught on camera. Arrest that man. As the pitching.
Was he really?
Yeah. Just burning one down. Yes, he was.
Good eye, Clip. Good eye.
What's up, Josh? Good to see you, buddy. As the UCF makes a pitching change, bottom of the 10th, 2 on, nobody out for the Pirates as they try to walk it off. All right, let's do this, Tony. 2003, good draft. So here's what happened before Jordan Gross was selected by the Panthers. Number 1 overall, Carson Palmer. Worthy pick, I would say.
Okay.
Carson Palmer's like top 15 all-time passing yards in NFL history. The numbers are skewed.
He was never good either, though. Which
That
is
is
crazy.
that is not true. He was good. I wouldn't call him great, but he
Okay.
was good.
Okay.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming on my side.
Hey, I'm trying to be reasonable.
This was when the Detroit.
Oh, what a
foul ball bunt down the line looked like it was going to ride the chalk.
God.
Carter Cunningham almost
nasty.
laid down
If it wouldn't have hit the little lip of the grass, that bumped
was
it
beautiful.
in.
Remember when the Lions kept drafting awful receivers?
Yeah,
They finally got Calvin Johnson.
Mike Williams.
Was one. Do you remember another one?
Charles Rogers.
Charles Rogers, 2 overall. Well done, Tony Dunn. Number 3, a better wide receiver selection, Andre Johnson.
Yes.
Number 4, the Jets have always stunk because they have terrible drafts. I don't know who Dwayne Robertson is.
Don't remember.
Number 5, decent pick by Dallas, but never great. Always Terrence Newman. He was a pretty good corner. Saints got Jonathan Sullivan, defensive tackle. I don't know who that is. Jaguars, Byron Leftwich.
Great pick.
David Garrard. Carson Palmer is not a good pick, and Leftwich is a great pick? Get out of here.
I would say they had comparable success.
I would say you are way off.
Okay. Maybe. I just feel like he was never thought to be, maybe a little too high.
David
for
Garrard
Leftwich.
was better than Byron Leftwich in
Okay.
Jacksonville. Number 8, Jordan Gross.
Great pick. Which is crazy because how long of a career he had.
Do they have a Panthers Wall of Fame, Hall of Fame?
Yes, the Ring of Honor.
Is Gross?
He's in it, isn't it? Is he in it?
Steve Smith, Wesley Walls, Jake Delhomme, and
No Gross yet?
Who?
Gross? Jordan Gross?
Jordan Gross, yes.
Okay.
Join in on the show.
He's watching the baseball game. He is tuned in. He is not paying attention to us.
So he's already in. So that tells you that was a great pick there. All right, Tony, here's who came after Jordan Gross. I'm going to name the good players. Immediately after him, defensive tackle Kevin. That's a high fly ball, but a shallow fly ball, and no runners will be able to advance. Kevin Williams, defensive tackle Vikings. Terrell Suggs, Ravens.
That's like kind of a coin flip, right?
Yeah, okay. Marcus Trufant to the Seahawks. He was a good player.
Now his son plays in the league.
Number 16 overall, Troy Polamalu. I know you love Jordan Gross, Tony, but would you take Troy Polamalu's career over Jordan Gross?
I mean, yeah, like all of these, this is just like a gluttony of riches at this point, right? I wonder what like makes Polamalu is it just because of his position though? Is he that much more of a successful player at his position than Gross is at his position? Or is it just because those positions are just so much more visually?
Yeah, but not everybody's got 2 safeties out there. Not everybody had a Polamalu playmaking like he did.
I know. He's great. He's a great player.
Well, so you're keeping Gross?
That's a coin flip to me. And yeah, I wouldn't be my feelings hurt if you said that Polamalu would like grade higher.
All right, a few more guys in round 1. Willis McGahee, Dallas Clark, Larry Johnson, Nnamdi Asomugha.
I'm a big Larry Johnson fan.
Had some huge years.
Gosh, man, thank you. He won me a fantasy league. Back in the day when we didn't have waiver wires, and as soon as Priest Holmes got hurt and I picked up, boom.
Yeah.
Took me, man. Larry Johnson had 2 years of just crazy football.
I'll do some other names. Round 2, Peanut Tillman.
Played for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Being a Panther.
E.J. Henderson with the Vikings. Going down the list, so the Panthers' second round pick was Bruce Nelson. Do you know who that is?
No.
A center from Iowa. Would you rather have Bruce Nelson or the guy that went 5 picks after him, Anquan Bolden?
Give me Bruce.
Would you rather have Bruce Nelson or the guy who went 7 picks later, O.C. Umenyiora?
Never heard of him. I'm just kidding.
Okay. How about these guys in round 3? Lance Briggs and Jason Witten went back-to-back in round 3. This
is where the draft is made. It's landing one of these players in the 3rd round that should have been a 1st round.
But there's only a handful of these guys.
Every year there's only a handful, but that's where That's where great players are made.
Round 4, Asante Samuel, Brandon Lloyd.
See, Asante Samuel right there.
How about this? Round 5, Robert Mathis. I mean, like all-pro, everything you want out of a
I mean,
Russian.
wouldn't you say he has had a career that was just as good as Terrell Suggs?
Robert Mathis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there, yeah. All right, how about this? Would you rather just skip the draft entirely, Tony? Say, screw the draft. We're just going to pick up Antonio Gates after the draft. Because that's what happened that year with the Chargers.
And begins the basketball trend.
Everybody's tried to find the next one, and I don't know.
Like they're just getting Tark the Shark as their next scout.
Would you say Jimmy Graham?
Yep.
He had a successful NFL career.
Yeah, he did.
You have to
he
say
did.
that.
As soon as he left the Saints, it was much more problematic. But he had he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory with the Saints.
One thing I've learned talking to you over the years, we go through these drafts during draft time. The Panthers have
great first-round picks.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that. I didn't know if you were going to correct me. But, yeah, they have hit on the first-round picks.
Marty Herney never missed.
Never
missed on the first round. He should just be the first-round consultant.
And then they have other guys to come in for the
like you don't let him touch the rest of the picks.
In the past 12 years, I would say the only miss that we had was Vernon Butler.
And that was Dave Gettleman. And you could say Kelvin Benjamin. You could argue maybe Shaq Thompson. I wouldn't say a miss. But, you know what I mean? Anytime that Marty Herney picked in the top 15, he picked a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And
I mean,
and you say it's first round, you're supposed to do that. Well, I can attest that it doesn't always happen. A lot of teams can
That's what all Panther fans go, oh, well, this first round. Well, you know what? You could have picked Maurice Claiborne, who I wanted that year, or Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it goes from, he could pick a linebacker too, from John Beeson to Will Witherspoon. I think he was drafted by us. Dan Morgan, Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly. The list goes on. He's nailed every running back, Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams. So, man, really a great, like, he should be a first-round consultant, and then you don't, and you kick him out of the room afterwards.
Let me look up something real quick. Most passing yards in NFL history. And I know this doesn't tell the entire tale, but
Blake Bortles is number 7.
Redbeard said Carson Palmer was a bum. Carson Palmer has the 15th most passing yards in NFL history. And, yeah, okay, I know. Stats are skewed. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler, took the Bengals to the playoffs every year, didn't win a game. Right. I know, didn't win a game.
Well, once his knee, I mean, and he had his knee ultimately removed. That was
in a playoff game, and against the either Steelers or Ravens. I remember that. But he was not a bum, Redbeard. You can't say he's a bum.
No, nah. But you know what? He's a Bengals fan, so he's also a bum.
Yeah, takes one to know one. All right, Tony, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
I enjoy talking nonsense and a little bit of football.
Can I put something in your listener's ear?
Yeah.
We're about 21 days, about 3 weeks away from the NFL draft. Thursday night, we're having our 10th annual draft party, which is our version. We're on the cutting edge of draft of watch-alongs.
Yeah, y'all were doing this before everybody was doing it.
Yeah, and so we love it. This is going to be the most. I mean, this is the year to watch it. So we usually get going about a half hour or so before the draft. Since we're in the first pick overall, we might get started a little earlier. We'd love for you to be a part of the C3 Panthers podcast. We're building a community. We're not football experts, but we are expert football fans. Check us out on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. on YouTube.
One thing I meant to bring up as we wrap it up here, you can take us to break, Shirley. Is it weird that Aaron Rodgers is a Packer? Like, we've just assumed he was a Jet for the last 3 months. Like, he's still a Packer.
And that we got so irritated by the whole story, we stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, we don't even care anymore.
I bet there's a lot of people out there that think he is on the Jets right now. It's just because we all had him there.
Most people think it's still a foregone conclusion.
Well, yeah, and it could be, but it's just kind of weird that he's not. I don't know.
What, a month ago, he was like, I intend to play with the Jets.
Well, yeah, he came out and said it, yeah.
He said that on the Pat McAfee show.
I love him, but I'm starting to think he might be a terrorist.
All right, more on that next week. Next Friday, we'll dive into that. Pirates unable to get a run in with 2 on and nobody out, so we play in the top of the 11th. Let's just play all night. I'd love to go home and this game still be going on so I can pull it up while I eat dinner. We'll take a break, come back. Morgan Ahlers joins us, hour 3. Big giveaway, some Bojangles hard sweet tea, along with some other goodies. You can get that, hour 3. Back with you after this.
Pirate Fest, presented by Optimum, offers a full day of piratical tomfoolery. This free event includes 75 vendors, food trucks, art demos, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Saturday, April 15th from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. for live pirate reenactments, great food, and so much more. Finish off the day with a concert on the town common from country music artists Maddie and Tay. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com. It's going to be awesome.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov. Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special Monday through Wednesday all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store, serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903, and both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas for boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, and the score remains the same at Clark LeClaire Stadium. It is 2-2. Top 11, 2 outs, runner on for UCF as Landon Ginn pitches for the Pirates. He is a big fella trying to get this final out of the 11th inning. By the way,
his shirt looks a little small.
Oh, yeah. He's got a medium. His hat just fell off when he threw the ball. I like the whole aesthetic he's got going right now on the mound, especially if he can get this guy out. But right now it is a 2-1 count. I saw on Twitter that Dick Mountain was trending, and I had to look into that. Dick Mountain is the nickname of a longtime Major League Baseball pitcher, Rich Hill. His nickname is Dick Mountain. That's cool, right?
Awesome.
That's a great nickname. He's getting rocked right now. White Sox 5, Pirates 3 as they play in the 3rd inning. The Yankees have a 5-4 lead over the O's in the 6th. Phillies and Reds tied in the 7th at 2 apiece. Cleveland with a 2-0 lead over the Mariners. Earlier today, the Mets beat the Marlins 9-3. Was that final on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Joining us, the voice of Dowdy Ficklen Stadium and Minges Coliseum. He is Morgan Ahlers on a Friday. Morgan, how you doing, man?
Clip, doing great, man. Isn't it crazy how you can go from 85 degrees and sunny one day to 42 degrees and rainy and windy the next here in eastern North Carolina?
It is a great day for base. It's been a beautiful week, and it has hit the fan here today, and it looks like this weekend. Shirley just said, we were watching the game, she said this would be great to play in and to be at if it was warm. Like if it was a warm drizzle and you're out there having fun at the ballpark, you can handle that. But a cold rain's kind of a different story, which is why there aren't many people in the stands. There's still a few people in the jungle watching the Pirates try to win this game, Morgan.
Yeah, including the guy with no shirt.
Yeah, he's got a lot of TV time today.
Yeah, hopefully the Pirates can pull it out. We just got to I was just looking at some things. I think 17 base runners have been stranded. We've only scored 2 runs today, so got to do a better job of that. So hopefully they'll be able to pull it out.
Yeah, they will move to the bottom of the 11th because Landon Ginn gets the strikeout. Morgan, I saw a story this week about a man was arrested for wielding a machete or something at a karaoke DJ because they either kicked him out or didn't play his song. And I was like thinking about if that was DJ Captain Morgan and how nobody would probably mess with you because of your stature anyway. But that's pretty extreme. If I don't know, have you ever come across anything like that in your working days?
No, not really. I've had a couple people yell at me a little bit because they've been drunk, and
yeah,
I've not allowed them to sing because they've actually been too drunk, because then they start, number one, you probably sound really bad. Number two, they'll end up dropping a microphone that's $300 or $400 a piece.
Yeah.
Number three, then I get irritated.
And Morgan doesn't have a bouncer, but he looks like a bouncer. Didn't you? Have you been a bouncer in a past life, Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I actually started working in bars back in the age when the drinking age was 18. I was working at bars at the beach when I was 16.
I want to hear those stories. I bet you got some good ones.
Yeah, I do have a few good ones.
Yeah.
The older I get, the farther back in the memory they go. So you better catch me in the next couple of years.
Morgan Ahlers, man of many talents, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Pirate baseball going on as they play in the bottom of the 11th inning. College basketball season comes to an end. Tristan Newton and UConn cutting down the nets. They run through that tournament. Now for Mike Schwartz and all the coaches across college basketball. They're trying to figure out what they've got on their roster and how they can get immediate upgrades to that roster, Morgan. And one way the Pirates could do that is bring in Dontrez Styles, former Kinston product, former North Carolina player who was at Clark LeClaire Stadium yesterday, and now I believe is visiting with Georgetown, but East Carolina in his final 3 or 4 that he'll be deciding from.
Yeah, I mean, it would really be a good get for East Carolina and Coach Schwartz and staff to land Dontrez. He's really a dynamic player. His career didn't work out the way he wanted to at UNC and decided to go in the portal. And, there's been some good players, obviously, throughout the years that have come out of Kinston. And a couple of the guys in Pirate basketball past that have come out of there and made way was Corey Rouse, came here as a freshman, had a really good career. And then Jeremy Ingram, who initially signed with Wake Forest, left Wake Forest, came here, and he battled some knee injuries through his later years playing here at East Carolina, but another good player. And if he could get Dontrez, that would be an immediate help. That would be a big hole that they could fill, and then you get maybe one player or 1 or 2 more players that can come in, and all of a sudden East Carolina goes from being, I would say they were a pretty solid team last year. I don't think they were a dynamic team. But I thought Coach Schwartz did a really good job in his first year. You lost Devon Small midway through the year, and didn't play the rest of the season. Of course, he's decided to move on. But you've got a really good nucleus of players, and I think they could be a really good impact team in the conference.
And just look at how much Brandon Johnson improved from year 1 to year 2, especially shooting from the outside. Another year of R.J. Felton getting even bigger and stronger and more athletic and improving his outside shot. Jaden Walker was great down the stretch for ECU, filling in for Javon Small. And I can't wait to see the improvements that Ezra Ozar makes, Morgan. And talked to Coach Schwartz Monday. He was on Pirate Radio Live and asked him what he wanted to see. And he said, more away from the basket stuff with Ezra. Obviously get bigger, stronger. He turned into one heck of a rebounder. We know how quick he is and athletic he is. If he can, one thing he's got to do is hit free throws. And he's already got a good stroke. If he can put the mental or whatever it is to it, because he goes to the line a lot because he's so difficult to guard. He's got to improve that. Coach Schwartz wants to see him improve mid-range, and who knows how far he can step out. But, man, I feel like he's the kind of guy that can take a big leap from year 1 to year 2.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. He kind of reminded me, and he's a little bit bigger, but when Jaden Gardner got here as a freshman, if you can go back and remember, his game wasn't a jump shot game. He really didn't have one. He was okay at the free throw line. But he was a great rebounder, had really quick, fast twitch, trying to get up and get that second rebound. And he had a lot of good back-to-the-basket moves where he could spin and go up and down. And that's what Ezra did last year. Like you said, if he can develop that little mid-range jumper and go back to what Jaden did, the changes between year 1 and year 2, he really worked on that little 10, 15-foot jump shot.
Yeah.
And if he can develop that, then all of a sudden you've got to guard him farther out. That's just going to do nothing but open up his inside game more because he's quick enough to get around somebody. As you saw the little spin moves that he had, it's exciting. He's got a really bright future, and just got to work on developing his total game offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I like what they got coming back, but like we said, going to add to that, and we'll see what they can do as they attack the transfer portal, as every team is trying to do right now. Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Kind of a shame, Morgan, that the Purple Gold Pigskin Pig Out festivities are going to be wiped out tomorrow. There will be a spring game at 11 a.m. that fans can go out and watch for free and see this new era of Pirates. And, man, we've talked about all the changes offensively, starting with the quarterback, Holden Ahlers, but his main weapon at running back, Keaton Mitchell, his main receivers as well with CJ and Winstead. And there's been a lot of coaching changes too, Morgan. I think the players is the bigger story than the coaching changes, but Mike Houston has had to juggle some things around with the coaching staff kind of late in the game here with departures.
Yeah, he has. It's kind of rare that you start spring ball on one day, and that same day you lose back coach, your tight ends, and inside receivers coach, and then you move Coach Boyette to running back. So now you got to find an outside receivers coach. And you've had a lot of changeover out there. I think a lot of that will take care of itself coming out of spring ball and into the summer. There'll be that time for the coaches to get together and really develop the relationships with their new players, and vice versa. I know they really can't work with them but a certain amount of hours every day, every week. But those things will happen. But tomorrow, they'll get out there. They're going to do their thing. I'm actually going to be up in the booth calling the game for what it's worth tomorrow with the 12 people that'll be in the stands. But, it's going to be fun. I'm excited about this football team. I think there's going to be a lot of new faces. And, they always say with every ending is a new beginning, and there's a lot of new beginnings for Pirate players that finally get their chance. Mason, you got Alex Flynn, I think, has had a real good spring. Jalen Johnson, has had a really good spring. Kerry King, among others, from what I'm gathering, and excited to see this running back room as well, because a lot of noise coming out of there. They got a full team this year, and there's going to be some exciting guys. Raji's not going to be able to play tomorrow, obviously with the knee, still rehabbing it. But so there are a lot of new guys going to get a chance to tote the rock tomorrow, and I think with the weather, you're going to see a lot of that.
And you got Mike Houston getting his current team better every day with practice, getting ready for the spring game. Also, at the same time, recruiting, Morgan. They brought in 2 offensive linemen, a center, a pretty big void that Avery Jones leaves there, bringing a center and another lineman from Akron just this week that committed to East Carolina. So the recruiting, the building talent never stops. That includes spring ball, getting ready for a spring game.
It's that you have to, and the way the like we just talked about with basketball, the way the transfer portal is, and guys want to get in and get a chance to play, and it's very rare that you ever hear a coach say, "Hey, you come to the school, you're going to start." They're just looking for. They say, "You come in, you'll get the opportunity." And I think what these guys get here, and I think it's going to really shore up that offensive line, and I think it's going to be an exciting season for ECU football this year. Really looking forward to it.
And Morgan, again, not a real game, but a spring game. You'll be up there, so it'll be a different kind of feeling for you. But the first time you'll be up there on that microphone, maybe with a more relaxed state of mind, considering Holden Ahlers won't be a quarterback for the Pirates. I know kind of some stressful games you've called here in the past, watching your son out there and still trying to do your job as a professional.
Yeah, I think that will be. It'll be a little bit of a stress reliever, but I always love watching it. I think this will be year 19 of calling Pirate football coming up, and I enjoy it. It's something I love to do and look forward to it, and love calling the first down Pirates and the touchdown Pirates and the ARGs and all that. It's doing something that I love. It's going to be a little bit different, but again, when every door closes, another one opens.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. East Carolina unable to get the runners in. Patrick Mason just tweeted out East Carolina has left at least one runner on base in every inning but the 9th. They strand 2 more. 19 runners left on base for East Carolina today, heading to the 12th inning at Clark LeClaire. So we'll continue to watch this one. Morgan, you have a fantastic Easter weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
Thanks a lot, Clip. Thanks for having me on.
See you, buddy. There he is, Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. 2-2, headed to the 12th. Let's play all day. The wind's whipping. It doesn't look like too much rain, so let's keep it going out there. When we return, we'll get an update in Augusta. We'll talk HV3, the leaderboard. At last check, play was suspended. You had a tree falling down, so we'll talk about all the craziness and what's going on the scorecard with Greenie, Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the #1 selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Did you know 1 in 5 Americans use alternative wellness practices? And this number is growing, with good reason. Your CBD store empowers modern wellness through premium hemp products. We're the #1 CBD brick and mortar in the world with products for sleep, focus, recovery, and more. Our products are the gold standard in hemp wellness. Your CBD store, Greenville, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, or call 999-5127.
Must be 18 years of age. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. It is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, a swinging bunt and inning over. The Pirates will go to the bottom of the 12th and try again to walk off UCF. They play 2-2 right down the road at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update there, presented by Dubuck. We will now talk some golf. At last check, before I switch back over to baseball, play was suspended at Augusta. We'll get an update on that and an update on everything going on with Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, who joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. Greenie, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, Cliff. How you doing?
Doing good. Are we back to playing golf yet? What's going on in Augusta right now?
Well, they had some trees fall down.
Yeah.
And we're still in a weather delay. So all kinds of strange things happening there. I have the ESPN Plus coverage on, and it is still raining there, still blowing. It looks like even looking at the radar, it's getting worse. So I'm finding it hard to believe that we're going to restart today. So not good news for Tiger Woods, and probably not good news for anybody trying to chase down Brooks Koepka right now.
Brooks Koepka, 12 under par. We'll talk about the scores in a moment, but did see video of that tree. I heard about it before I saw it, and I was like, when you say a tree, you mean like a couple of branches, a little? No, it was a legit big tree that fell down, caught on video. Do you know, Greeny, did everybody make it unscathed out of that? Have they said anything about the people that were around it?
I guess it fell right before the horn blew, and that's all I know. And I think, as far as I know, everybody's okay. But knowing Augusta National, that stuff will be cleaned up and be gone, and probably a new tree in its place somehow that was twice as tall.
There you go. Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us. You mentioned Brooks Koepka right now, 12 under. He's finished with round 2. John Rahm chasing him is through 9 today. So that could affect him with the weather and everything. And how about third on the leaderboard right now, Sam Bennett, an amateur. Greeny, how big of a story is that to see an amateur in the mix here at the Masters?
It's huge. I think the first amateur to be tied for second at any point during this particular stage of the tournament since like the 50s or something like that. So, yeah, I was talking earlier to somebody saying that, hey, when you look at the U.S. Amateur Champions, which Sam Bennett is, it's not even a 50-50 proposition whether they have success as a professional golfer or not. It's almost like maybe like 25 or 30% of U.S. Amateur Champions actually go on to have like a successful career. And our last 3 or 4 previous to Sam haven't done a whole lot or haven't turned pro yet. So, we've been kind of waiting for somebody that has come out of the college ranks, seeing that he's a fifth-year senior at Texas A&M and having some success. He did qualify for the U.S. Open last year, made the cut, finished tied for 49th. So not his first major championship, but, man, I tell you what, he is represented well, has only made a couple of, I think, one bogey in 36 holes. So playing very well, going from just trying to make the cut and maybe be the low amateur to now having a chance at winning a golf tournament, although, you got to say that the chances aren't on his side.
Talking to Mark Greenhalgh today as we look at what's going on in Augusta. Harold Varner III update. He is tied for 29th, 1 under par, and will be playing in the weekend for the second time. His second Masters, second time he has made the cut. So Pirate fans and Harold fans will have something to watch coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Greeny, I'm sure you saw his comments that made headlines earlier this week, and he said it before. He just said it with a few more cuss words this time, that everybody who says they joined the LIV to grow the game is full of it, and it is about the money, and he makes no bones about it. And some people don't like his decision to go to the LIV or anything like that, but I guess at least he's being honest about it, right? What did you think of those comments?
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. When they talked about what was it going to be like and what was that dynamic going to be like, I think the guys that said that like Harold did or didn't say a whole lot like a Dustin Johnson, I don't think people have a problem with that. Like people like myself, like, hey, you made a choice, go have at it. I think the biggest problem people are having is like, you made the choice to go after the money, you're getting paid all this money, you're playing golf in your tour that you want to do, don't expect to come back here and poach our stuff. So, be one way or the other. And I think that's the problem. I think guys that either said nothing or said it was 100% for the money, people had no problem with. I think it's the ones that kind of want both sides or tried to say it wasn't about the money. I think those are the ones that people had more problem with. And it was very interesting that, in theory, I guess Phil Mickelson didn't say a word to anybody at the Champions Dinner on Tuesday. So for the first time ever, Phil had nothing to say. And I don't know, maybe Phil's silence at that point speaks volumes. So whatever.
Yeah, I saw that story as well, Mark Greenhalgh. And I was wondering, Greeny, how much of a issue, or I don't know if that's the word, but how much of that is the conversation, LIV versus PGA and all that? You kind of summed it up, I think, right there. But how about Brooks Koepka? I know you like to take A, guys that are good in Augusta traditionally, but B, guys that are hot. And Brooks Koepka just won the last live event. I saw an old buddy of mine, Zach Maskovich, talking to him down in Orlando after that win over the weekend, and he has come out hot at Augusta, 12 under. So you look at him right now, John Rahm 3 shots back, Colin Morikawa and Hovland are 6 shots back. You know, at what point is the lead too big? Do you still think we could see some drama coming up this weekend? Can anybody catch Koepka right now?
Well, you know, it's funny. We go back to the Open Championship in St. Andrews last year, and Cam Smith, right? He has a 2-shot lead going into the third round, and the way he was playing and the way he was putting, we kind of felt like that 2-shot lead was like a 6-shot lead, right?
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, he shoots a couple over par. Hovland and McIlroy shoot 6 under par, and next thing you know, Cam Smith is from a 2-shot leader to a 4-shot deficit, and then he flips the script on Sunday, right? So Augusta National is certainly capable of doing that, and the weather that we're going to see is certainly capable of, you know, taking anybody's mistakes and magnifying them, or taking anybody's lack of confidence on a specific shot and really magnifying it. So, you know, I guess if you get John Rahm, and it's going to be hard, I think, if John Rahm could have finished today, maybe a little windy conditions, some light rain like they had until they got their first leg, you kind of think that, you know, he's probably going to birdie 13, maybe 15, get close to Brooks Koepka, and then you're almost talking about a 2-horse race. The question will be what happens in round 3. When does round 3 get played? The weather forecast tomorrow doesn't look exceptionally good. Is this something that goes Sunday into Monday? You know, it's definitely going to be cooler. It's going to be windier. Does Brooks Koepka, you know, tighten up a little bit? Does the 54-hole guys take effect, and the 72 holes becomes a factor? So I think there's a lot of golf still to be played, and there's a lot of things that you look at. So right now it's kind of hard to say. I mean, ordinarily you'd say, man, I don't know. You start getting down to below Spieth and Cam Young at 5 under par, and of course some of these guys still have holes to play. You got to say, man, they got to have 2 exceptional rounds to catch Koepka and Rahm at that point.
Greeny, do you know in the record books, like the latest a Masters finish has been? As it, I'm sure it's gone into Monday, I would assume, but Tuesday, like when's the latest Masters finish of all time?
I don't know if I can ever remember a Tuesday finish.
Yeah,
definitely been some Monday finishes. And man, you got to think that this one is going to spill as much rain as we're looking at tomorrow. Like I said, I don't honestly think that they're going to get back today. I haven't heard the official cancellation yet, but man, if we get that weather that they're talking about tomorrow, it could be nasty, and it's going to be cold anyway. So I think we're definitely heading towards a Monday finish, unless the weather kind of breaks up. But either way, tomorrow's just going to be an ugly day to play golf.
As Greeny and I talk golf like a bunch of gentlemen, you've got the UCF coach losing his mind. He has been arguing with the umpires this entire chat pretty much. He got tossed out of the game. He just made a motion to toss the umpires out of the game. Shirley, I have it on mute in here, but that was quite a scene as Greeny and I were talking golf there.
Yeah, basically what happened was is that Cam Clonch 17 or is that Carter Cunningham? Okay, Carter Cunningham was trying to bunt, and he bunted basically straight up in the air. So as he was trying to run up the first baseline, the catcher collides with him as they are trying to in the first baseline. And
he wanted an interference call or something?
He wanted an interference call, and he was arguing with the umpire. Well, while he was arguing with the umpire, Cliff Godwin's at the third baseline telling the umps, hey, speed it up. Let's go.
He argued forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was hilarious to watch that as Greeny's talking golf with us. Greeny, I know a big show on tap for Saturday on the Golf Shop radio show. What do you guys have planned tomorrow morning at 8?
We're going to talk to Bill Bender in the sporting news about things other than golf, and then it's going to be all golf. We're going to talk with PGA Tour player Ben Taylor, so get his thoughts on how his season's going and how the rest of the season's going to shape up, and maybe if he hopes to play at Augusta one day, talk with Rex Hoggard, boots on the ground at Augusta National, so get the feel for how the third round and the continuation of round 2 is going to shape up in the morning. Then we'll go over to Hilton Head Island in a little RBC Heritage preview with Steve Wilmot. So, and then we also are going to talk to the grandson of the great Bobby Jones, Dr. Bobby Jones IV. We check in with him usually around Masters time. So maybe we'll talk to him about the psychology of live guys playing with PGA Tour guys, and if you're unhappy or happy with somebody, what kind of impact that can have on your game.
Grady, thanks for joining us today, man. Enjoy the Masters weekend, Easter weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Clip, you have a good one, too. Thanks.
Thank you. There is Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show. Boy, that was something. Love Lady, I believe his name is. Greg Love Lady, if I recall. Manager of the UCF Knights. His day has ended early while these players continue to play in the 12th inning, but he was ejected after arguing there. And now, did Jacob Starling get hit in the head for the second time today? That is nuts. That's 2 headshots that Jacob Starling has taken.
I thought maybe it hit his bat.
Nuts? Don't say nuts too soon. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely too soon. But no, I thought it was hilarious when what'd you say his last name was? Love Lady?
Love Lady.
Love Lady.
Yeah.
Because
certainly not Love Umpire.
Cliff Godwin was just hysterical because he's like screaming at Dunn, hey,
he was doing
let's get this game going. Come on.
He was doing the hurry it up motion.
Oh, yeah,
with
but
his,
he was screaming across the field, too. It was hilarious. Yeah. And the dugout was getting into it, too. They thought it was funny as well.
All right. Y'all want something cool? Well, you've come to the right place. We've got a 12-pack of Bud Light. I'll tell you in a minute.
Sorry.
Booty everywhere.
Now I'll tell you. Bud Light apple slices 12-pack, a 4-pack of Bojangles hard sweet tea.
Is that it?
So that's a 16-pack. Yeah, we should probably stop there, right?
No, keep on going.
Yeah, throw in a little something else.
Hey, sprinkle in a little something.
Lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers, all in one fantastic free beer Friday fun pack. It can be yours if you're lucky caller number 12. And Shirley, how old do people need to be to win this prize?
21 or over, please.
All right, thank you. We will have a winner and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live. Will this game ever end? Bases loaded, 1 out. It might be over by the time we return. More to go at Pirate Radio Live after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better their butter, or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day. Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful, just in time for vacation and Easter. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right. Well, of course, the stock market was closed because it was Good Friday today, but it did finish out the week as far as the Dow goes, up 2 points at 33,485. The NASDAQ was ahead 91 points at 12,087, and the S&P was up 14 points when it closed yesterday at 4105. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Well, you know what they say. Where there's a Wilcoxon, there's a way.
Hey.
And the Pirates walk it off.
As they say, all good things must come to an end.
This baseball game was a good thing because it caps off a 4-0 week for the Pirates, a sweep over UCF.
Let's go.
And a pitcher's duel today, a marathon game. That game started, I didn't even think about this part of it. That game started at noon.
At 12 o'clock.
Ended at around 5:40. Had a rain delay in between there. But the Pirates walk it off and win it 3-2 over UCF. Huge. So, man, what a great week. What a great way to go. And now these players can relax a little bit. They have a Saturday and Sunday and Monday to get ready for their next game, which is, I believe, Old Dominion. I will
love that band.
What's the song by them?
One-man band.
Well, Chandler loves them and can't name one song. I think you're a phony.
Snapback?
I didn't say what kind of hats do you like. I said name a song by Old Dominion.
There's a song called Snapback by Old Dominion.
I was on a boat that day.
I didn't ask what you... I've never heard of any... I swear, I think I've heard of Old Dominion. I've never heard of any of these songs.
Memory Lane?
Snapback's a good one.
One-man band pops up first. Is that their most popular?
Yeah, that's a really good song.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Break Up With Him.
No such thing as a... Oh, I've heard that song. No such thing as a broken heart.
They had an album called Meat and Candy. Sounds gross. They had an album called Time, Tequila, and Therapy. All right, cool. That is your Old Dominion report. Pirates and ODU will go at it Tuesday, 6 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We're in the middle of a long homestand here because the Pirates will also be home next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, against the Bearcats of Cincinnati. East Carolina sends UCF off to the Big 12 with a sweep. They hope to do the same against the Bearcats.
Bye-bye. See ya. Tell Jairo Wilson I said, hey, when you get back to Orlando.
Your guys. How about my guy, Brandon Suggs, went, and then your guy, Jairo Wilson, goes.
Is it us?
Should we?
Is it us?
Should we go to UCF?
Nah, but is it us, though? Like, is it our problem?
It might
Are we
be.
the problem?
I had a nice run of my favorite players transferring. I'm trying to recall who the Ryder Giles, Brandon Suggs, and then my football guy didn't transfer, but he did get hurt. Rajay, my guy. But you know what? He's going to be back stronger than ever this fall. You will not see him Saturday in the spring game, but he did draft a team. Did you see who the captains were, Chandler?
No, I did not.
It was Rajay, my guy, and Jeremy Lewis.
Two guys that are not participating in spring. That's just like it wasn't last year, maybe a couple years ago. I believe it was Fernando Fry and Fernando Fry and gosh, what was his name? Oh, that
describe him.
Was a safety. Warren Saber.
Warren Saber.
Warren Saber, man. He was a captain.
But the godfather and the captain.
But both of those guys were captains. They were both not participating in spring that year. So, but yeah, awesome captains to have.
And that is coming up on Saturday, 11 a.m. There's going to be a freaking game.
We're having a freaking game. We're having a freaking spring game.
Pirate Radio.
We're having a freaking game.
Thank you, Coach.
Freaking game.
Coach, we're having a freaking game.
We're going to rise. They're going to be a very hard-nosed bunch.
Hit that frickin' one more time, Shirley, if you don't mind.
We're having a freaking game.
We're having a freaking game.
Stat to consider. From Pirate Radio's Jenny Shelton.
All right.
Since 2019, 13 sweeps in conference play. Remember, no 2020 season. So, 13 sweeps.
Nice. Good stat.
A lot of 20-win seasons in conference play for East Carolina. Got off to the on the wrong foot there in Houston, but made up for it with a sweep over UCF.
Yeah, great bounce back after a 1-3 week last week, and to answer with a undefeated week is just outstanding, and you have another chance to do it next week as well. So
yeah,
looking forward to next week, and let's see how far this can go. Pirates went on a 20-game win streak last year after kind of having some down weeks, so maybe that state game was a fire starter for this team.
Doesn't matter, I know, but something to look at, a talking point, polls. East Carolina, as down as the fans were on the team last week, did not drop dramatically in the polls. Still number 12, D1, still 15, Baseball America. What do they do after a 4-0 week? You think they maybe get back to 10, top 10 perhaps, and climb up in BA as well?
Absolutely, especially with that win against NC State midweek. You finally get over the midweek curse.
Yeah.
And what a way to do it, not against a team like, I don't know, Elon or any kind of – this was against the ACC team in NC State just outside the
What is up with you and Tony Collins talking about Elon? Elon beat Wake Forest this week.
I know.
Put some respect.
I know. As soon as I said Elon, I said, well, they just beat the number 2 team in the country. But that was the first team that I thought of. But I think we could see the Pirates climb, not in the polls, but also RPI
and in our hearts.
In our hearts as well. And in the conference. They're climbing everywhere.
Yeah, Shirley made a comment yesterday when they showed the standings. It's weird seeing East Carolina there in the baseball standings. And there being like 5th, 6th, like middle of the pack to low end of the pack. So trying to take our rightful spot back at the top of those standings.
And trying to rise up the standings.
The standard is the standard.
The standard is the standings, and you have to rise to the standings.
And you stand on the standings. Take the stairs to get to the standings to rise on the standings.
By the way, just a while ago, we had a stat to consider. speaking of stats, I ran into, and I'm sorry, he told me last night he doesn't like this name, or he feels uncomfortable with this name. Ran into Johnny Stats, Johnny Robertson, yesterday in the jungle.
Oh, is he a little unsure of himself after that slump he went in?
All right, here's the thing he talked about last night about this slump. He said the slump, he shouldn't be in a statistical slump because it wasn't statistics he was talking about. He was talking about a former player being in a summer league or something like that. So it wasn't about stats. So his stat name and what we know him for as stats.
Still pristine.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a clean record. But maybe knowing former players and where they play, or maybe current players and where they played in the summer league.
Okay.
Then that's where the slump is.
Johnny Stats remains. Johnny Facts is.
Johnny Facts is uncertain.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, Johnny Stats continue to bring the stats. He said sometimes I feel like I'm maybe overblowing it sometimes with the stats, and
no, what
he doesn't want to.
What?
I guess I don't know, go overboard with stats. I said, Johnny, my guy. I said that adds value to the show. I said, keep on doing it. We enjoy it. You really help us out when you say some stats and throw some stats our way. So that's why we call you Johnny Stats.
I'm a sports nerd, absolute nerd. I love stats. I love weird stats, odd stats, things that we don't usually think about. That's right up my alley. So keep them coming. Johnny Stats. You will not be confused with Johnny Facts. You're Johnny Fiction, but you're Johnny Stats. Where'd you see Johnny Stats? Jungle?
Jungle, yeah.
Johnny Jungle?
Johnny Jungle. Johnny Stats Jungle.
If your name is Johnny, you can put anything behind it and it sounds cool. You know?
Hey, look, it's Johnny Jungle Jumps over here.
Like Clip Stats doesn't sound good. Clip Facts, Clip Jungle, it all sounds dumb. Chandler Stats doesn't sound as good. But Johnny Stats, Johnny Baseball, Johnny Good Time, Johnny Fun Time, it all sounds fun because of the name Johnny.
Johnny Holstaff.
Shirley, I think it's just ending in a Y. Like Shirley Stats would sound, I think it's ending in a Y is what does it. I was watching an old episode of Community last night. I want to get a sound clip where it's either Joel McHale or Chevy Chase. I think it's Joel McHale. And he just goes, Shirley, 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 Shirley. What was the question you asked? Something like that. I want to get that sound effect. So every time you ask a question, you can play that sound effect. I'll have to find that on Monday.
Okay.
Let's take a break. Y'all ever watch Community?
I've been in one, but I've
Why are you laughing at that, Shirley? That's not funny.
Because honestly, I didn't expect it to come out of his mouth.
I gotta say, Chandler,
it caught me off guard.
Great delivery, and you stone-faced it too. Sometimes when you say a joke or a punchline,
I can't get through.
You
with
start laughing while you're saying it, but that time you went stone-faced and nailed it, stuck the landing.
I mean, your dad did say I'm becoming more quick-witted.
That's right, and it shows right there. Well done. All right, final break. We'll come back. Get ready to wrap it up on a Victory Friday. Back with you after this.
Pirate Fest, presented by Optimum, offers a full day of piratical tomfoolery. This free event includes 75 vendors, food trucks, art demos, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Saturday, April 15th from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. for live pirate reenactments, great food, and so much more. Finish off the day with a concert on the town common from country music artists Maddie and Tay. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com. It's going to be awesome.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Dr. McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Baseball is back in Birdland. Join in on the fun for Nickelodeon Kids opening day at Oriole Park on April 9th at 1:35 versus the Yankees. The first 10,000 fans 14 and under will receive an Oriole Bird Nickelodeon bobblehead presented by Wise Markets. Plus, stick around after the game when all fans ages 4 to 14 can run the bases. Also presented by Wise Markets. For even more fun and games, check out Kids Corner. Purchase your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hey Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com. Have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. This year's schedule features the return of daily themes including Tribute Tuesday, Winning and Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Mother Earth Friday, Pepsi Saturday, and Dogs and Dogs Day. Make sure to follow the Down East Wood Ducks on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook so you don't miss anything. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies!
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 62,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm on.
You are now.
We just had a Little League Grand Slam in the Pirates game. It was a 3-run triple down the line by Reynolds, and the throw got away to third, and he jogs in home. And cool to see Pittsburgh fans filling up the stadium. They've had a bad ball team to root for many, many years, but they are out there today for some Pirates and White Sox. It is Pirates 12 and White Sox 7. Just had a walk-off in Clark LeClaire moments ago. East Carolina, Justin Wilcoxon gets it done, and the Pirates win it over UCF to complete the sweep over the night. So looking forward to catching up with the players Monday on the Delcor Players Lounge when we join you here at 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. All the scores presented by the Buccaneer Music Hall. Great place to watch some sports and catch some live music. And check it out this weekend. Thanks to Dubuck for the scores every day here on Pirate Radio Live. Thank you for tuning in. Shirley Rhodes, Chan Man, y'all have a great weekend. And we'll see you back here Monday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew, I'm Clip. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
He's live. He's nationwide on CBS Sports Radio. This is the Zach Gelb Show.